Hello, everyone. It's great to hang out with you again for another live stream. Sorry if we're a little bit delayed here. We had some technical difficulties, but we are glad to hang out with you guys and talk with you about this topic on Facebook monetization. Now, we're going to record this as a podcast like we normally do, but as you guys know, you can ask all your questions in the comments as we live stream here, and Heidi will be awesome enough to get your questions and add those in here, put them in front of Rachel and I so that we can answer your questions here at the end. So thank you guys for hanging out. Let's start the recording. We'll jump into this new Facebook monetization stuff. Well, hello creators. How are you guys? It's great to hang out with you again for another Video Creators live podcast recording that we're doing here live on YouTube, but you guys can also check it out on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, all the places you listen to your podcast episodes every Tuesday. And today we're going to talk about this topic of Facebook monetization because they are rolling out some new tools that I think it'll be very helpful for a lot of us as creators. Well, they might be helpful. We'll see. That's what we're here to talk about here. So I got a friend of mine, Rachel. Hi, Rachel. How are you doing?
Hi, guys. Glad to be here.
If you guys don't know Rachel, you should totally check her out. And it's Rachel Farnsworth. She is a Facebook-based creator, and she has a long list of things that she is. Plus, I might make some of these up as I go along. But she's a Facebook-based creator, an author, a speaker, a food lover, a blogger, a mother, a wife, a world traveler. And I can say the world traveler because we bump into each other at airports sometimes, quite randomly. Although we were kind of going to the same event, so maybe it wasn't super random, but... and you do a lot of other things too, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I feel like I do a lot. I think my biggest focus right now, just in life in general, is Facebook. We are actually getting ready to launch a whole new show on Facebook.
Really?
That is not going to be food related, which is a big deal.
Interesting. Okay.
So there'll be more information. I don't want to give too much away yet.
Okay. Yeah. This isn't the announcement, but so you've been on Facebook for a long time. You've had a lot of success. I think when we first met, it was at CVX Live, is that right? In Utah a few years ago.
Yeah, probably
and
a while ago.
I don't think you had 1 million followers there at that time, but I know you have like 2.4 million now.
On one page.
On one page, yeah. So how many pages do you have?
I have a few. I have two main ones right now. One has, I think, 2.4 million. Uh-huh. If you check that, then that's it.
That's the one I saw.
The other one just hit 3 million.
Wow.
And then I have an experimental one that's a few weeks old that is just over 500,000.
Woo!
In a few weeks.
Few weeks. Good for you. So you're like the Facebook... What's the right word? What do people call you? Facebook dominator? That doesn't sound quite right, but
I love exploring the algorithm there and figuring out what works. That's why I have an experimental page going right now. A lot of things change, so I wanted to see if I could still grow a page based on some different things. So this one's just an experimental playground. It's really interesting.
And the answer is yes. I think I have almost 10,000 followers on my Facebook page at Video Creators over the course of 4 years, 5 years, 5 years. So go me. Yeah, I do a lot more on YouTube, obviously. But you are the Facebook expert doing a lot of monetization stuff, which is why I'm glad that we get to talk about some of these things here. So Rachel and I were both at VidCon a few weeks ago, and Facebook publicly announced some things that have been in the stirrings and people have been talking about here and there. And Rachel, you've been using a lot of these tools for a long time under NDA type stuff, and now you can talk about them. Woohoo! So today we want to talk about them. And so for those of you guys who aren't aware, Facebook's been launching some new tools that let creators monetize on their platform. And one of the most common questions I get from creators who ask about Facebook is, Tim, why do you publish your videos to Facebook when you can't monetize them there? You can't make any money. I'm like, well, you can. The business model, and there's other ways to do that besides the tools that Facebook provides, just like on YouTube. Same thing, like you don't need to be a part of the partner program to make money if you have a business that's wrapped around it. And so one of the things I want to hear from you, Rachel, is how you monetize on Facebook and what that looks like for you. But first of all, let's talk about these three new-ish tools that Facebook has been using to help Facebook creators monetize. And maybe it might be worth going back even a step before that and talk about what a Facebook creator is. Now, my audience is familiar with what it means to be a YouTube creator, but Facebook has their own counterpart with their own Facebook creator app, their own Facebook creator like tools and things. So can you tell us a little bit about what that is, what a Facebook creator looks like?
Yeah, so for a long time, Facebook creators have kind of just been floating off there on their own. But Facebook has come out with a lot of different programs that they are rapidly expanding to have more of a relationship with creators and build products and things that can help creators directly and these monetization platforms. And you can always join up. Not a lot of people use it. So getting in on it that's how you get on their radar and kind of get in on all of these programs. You just go to facebook.com/creators and sign up there. I've been telling people that for months, and they'd go sign up and they'd say, well, there's nothing there. Like, yeah, but things are coming. And those things actually have already started rolling out. And there's a lot of features that are continually being added to that. And they have the Creators app as well that you really should download. It is constantly being updated. I've talked to the programmers a lot about what they have in the works coming out, and I actually love the Creator app, and I use it every day.
I have the Creator app, and I am signed up as the Creators, but I agree with maybe some of the feedback you've heard, which is like, yep. I don't quite get it. There's not anything here that feels too much different than like the normal Facebook app or Facebook Pages app or Groups apps and all the different apps that they have.
It's coming.
It's coming. Okay. All right. Well,
I've been testing. I'm testing stuff. So I'll be testing all of their new products through the end of the year, which is really cool. I work really closely with Facebook. And I can tell you that like there are things coming and it's worth using and getting used to because like they're introducing Creator Studio and that's in beta and you'll just get a little notification that pops up on your page and you can manage all of your pages in one place and see all these analytics in one place. It's actually really cool. The things are coming. You just have to be patient. I would just sign up for it now and be patient as they kind of catch up. They're a very small, limited team, but they have great plans in store.
Awesome. And so if you're working with them, then I feel more confident about that because a lot of people may not know this. You also have a YouTube channel with 250,000 subscribers. That's also based on your stay-at-home chef brand. And so you are more in the Facebook realm from what I understand, but you do understand YouTube world as well. So.
Yeah, I would say it's a solid presence on YouTube.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. So let's talk about some of the things that Facebook is working on to help creators monetize. And so for context, it sounds like we're talking about creators who are making video content currently for YouTube, and they're and maybe Instagram, but in our context, primarily YouTube. And they're like, hey, should I just upload these same videos to Facebook? And why should I do that if I can't monetize there? Which we'll probably get more into how that's a limited perspective here in a little bit. But YouTube, or Facebook, sorry, I got to switch my mindset here. Facebook is like, yes, we want your content. We want you to publish to our platform. And we are now going to start rolling out some monetization tools to help you do that. So the first one is called the Brand Collabs Manager. And can you just explain to us what that is and how it works?
So it's basically an opportunity for brands to be able to connect with you directly on Facebook instead of using a third-party platform to get branded content deals. It would enable brands to directly find you through Facebook.
So it's kind of like eHarmony for brands and Facebook.
Tinder.
Pages?
It's Tinder.
Or Tinder, okay. eHarmony. Did that date myself a little bit? I don't know.
I don't know. I've been married too long. I don't really know.
I've been married for
12 years.
Okay, yeah, same here. I think we're coming up on 13. No, 12. 12 years coming up in a few weeks.
eHarmony was around though when I was in the dating world.
That's what I think of. Yeah.
The kids are using Tinder now.
Yeah, that's what all the cool kids are using these days. But so I think it's interesting that YouTube tried this years ago as an experiment, and it pretty much flopped. It's not even around anymore. There was too many issues with the relationships, and just because you put two people in touch doesn't mean that they're going to get along, right, or work well together. Yeah. So Facebook bumped into some issues, shut it down, and I found it interesting that they bought famebit.com, which is I guess how YouTube does this now with trying to connect creators and brands together, more like a third-party mediator type of way, and less of like, here you go, talking, figure it out type of way. And I think what they're mostly buying there was data, more so than the actual platform. But this with Facebook seems a little bit be a little bit different. Is there anything here that you think would make it work or not work more than YouTube's previous experiment for creators?
You know, they've had it in various forms of alpha and beta testing for quite a while now. To me, they announced this new product, and to me that wasn't new, because I've been a part of similar products now for quite a while, like a year, and I've never once gotten an opportunity from that.
Really?
And so I don't have any experience with having the actual opportunity because I've been in it for forever. And I've never even talked to anyone that has actually connected with a brand through any of their attempts at doing this. So I'm not terribly hopeful for that, and I don't rely on it. Okay. I think more where they've had success, and I mean it's forced success, is using the branded content tool. And I think that there's some back-end things happening there that are actually really great for creators and having those branded relationships on Facebook. And I think there's some details that they need to work out. For instance, you use this little handshake tool. That's how you let everyone know this is a sponsored piece of content. Then the brand automatically gets access to run ads on that post and everything like that and see the insights and everything. Okay. That's great. That's great for creators. However, there's also this other feature where brands can request advertiser access to your page. And a lot of brands I've seen are taking advantage of that. What that tool is there for is not to connect with brands on sponsored posts. It's to have an ad company run ads for your content.
Okay.
Where brands are taking advantage of that, and they suddenly have access to all of your insights for all of your Facebook page. That's very dangerous. You should not be selling your data like that. So I think that Facebook clearly has some work to do there to balance that. They are aware of that, and that that's a problem, and they're actively working on that. So I think that there's these great tools for relationships. However, them being the intermediary, and actually connecting you, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to work out.
Do you feel like those relationships work better with a third party who's, takes a percentage or something, like a manager or an agent type of role versus just putting them straight in touch? Is it just the tool that's just bad? I mean,
it's just a tool out there. Okay. Every creator will use a different method, right? Some will use managers, some like to have direct relationships, some like to go through third-party services. Mm-hmm. I think I don't know. I just don't even see brands really jumping on board.
So the problem with it isn't the tool itself as much as people just aren't using it? Or?
Yeah, I honestly think so. I think the tool, as far as what I've played around with on there, I mean, you can create your own profile with all your statistics and stuff, and they can really see proof, and you can't fake anything there, which I think is great for the creator industry, that nobody can fake numbers, because that is an issue that people do, but you can't fake numbers when it's coming directly from the platform. Yeah. So it's good. It's a great tool. I just don't think the user end is there on either side.
Okay, so far it doesn't sound like this is something that YouTube creators would be like deal breaker, game changer, whatever, where they like this is why I need to jump.
I don't think it's a deal breaker. I don't think it's a game changer. I just think it's there. It could possibly work if brands get on board, but
okay.
Until then, we'll see.
Okay,
it's neutral.
Cool. For those of you guys who are listening to the recording of this, we are live streaming this podcast episode on my channel at youtube.com/video creators. And there are a lot of people here in the chat are asking questions. So I think we will jump into some of those questions here in just a bit. And for those of you guys who are watching live, feel free to continue to ask your questions. Heidi's getting them in front of us, and we'll be addressing a lot of these good questions here in just a few minutes. So keep them coming. The second thing Rachel, that we talk about that Facebook is trying is they're allowing more creators to run ad breaks in longer videos. So tell us what it used to be like for creators who had access to this, and what's the difference now?
So this is going to be a game changer.
Ooh,
so
okay,
pay
finally.
attention.
Good one, yay.
So I've been running ads for probably 6 weeks, 2 months. Not a terribly long amount of time, but enough that I'm seeing results and I'm making money. Oh, more than 2 months. It's been more than 2 months because I've received more than 2 paychecks. So we'll go like 3 months. I've been doing it for about 3 months. And I actually see a ton of potential here. A ton. I'm super excited about it. I would encourage anyone who has access to this, when it shows up on your page, jump on it and start right away, because the CPMs are awesome. I can't give details on what those are.
Sure.
And they do vary. I've seen a lot of people's back ends there, and they do vary a little bit, but they are great. They're very competitive. And because Facebook is such a great platform for content distribution because of that share button, the potential for views and ad revenue are extremely high.
Okay. Cool.
The fill rate is not necessarily all the way there yet.
And by fill rate, you mean how often someone sees an ad, right?
Yes. So advertisers are still jumping onto this. However, I mean, you want to get on there and build that platform as fast as you can right now, because those ads are going to be very, very lucrative.
Wow. Okay. Great. That's good to know. Are these only for creators who have access to a watch page, or is this for any page in general that's just publishing video content?
Well, it was only for watch pages, and they announced that it will be rolling out to all eligible pages. Now, I don't want to get people's hopes up too much on that, because the way that they're doing it is very controlled, which is, creators should be able to appreciate this, especially with what has happened recently on YouTube, that they are individually reviewing not only every single channel for monetization, but every single video is being approved for monetization right now before ads ever go live, so that they keep those advertisers 100% happy, which is probably why the CPMs are so high. Wow.
Yeah. Well, and they have to charge a ton to make it worth all the human resources they're paying to make that possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think they have this very focused vision of what ads are going to be on Facebook, and it will be such that it protects creators and protects advertisers and keeps that relationship good. So it's going to be a little frustrating for creators because it's a slow rollout.
It'll be slow, yeah. Is there, and if you're not able to say anything here, that's totally fine, I'm just asking. Anything that you can share in terms of, like, are they going to be moving away from human reviews to more AI, machine learning type stuff, the way YouTube does it, or is that not even something that's in their playbook right now? And the reason I ask that, because that would make it potentially more accessible to more people. But
yeah, I don't have any information I can share.
That's fine. Yeah. I think that, like, when YouTube first decided to launch the partner program, they were like, they went too quick, too fast, and it caused a lot of problems, not just the ones we've seen recently, but one of the problems it created, so I became a part of the partner program when it was invite only, and many years ago, and most people didn't have it, and so it was like a very new thing. And then I remember the day they're like, anyone can now join the partner program. And what happens is, just like math-wise, if you have a certain bucket of cash that's coming in, and then you have almost unlimited inventory now to display that against, it means that it created a lot of problems for the ecosystem, in my opinion. So the fact that Facebook would be like, let's learn from YouTube, and I consider it, I don't know if I say a mistake, because it had other positive effects as well, mostly for the platform as a whole, even if it didn't really work out as well monetarily. But it did bring a lot of attention and buzz, and attracted a lot of people. But I think looking back, I think it would have been better if they had kept it controlled, kept it small, growed it slowly, and it became something that people aspired to be a part of instead of something that they figured was a right that the platform owes to them. I think that definitely makes a lot of sense. So I think that's a smart move in terms of Facebook, taking it slow and making sure that it's good for everyone in the long run.
I hope they continue on that path, actually.
Yeah.
Even though they say it's open to everyone, it's still very much invite only. It's just you're not going to have a partner manager and things like that to have access.
Sure.
So
yeah, cool. So a third thing and we're going to jump into questions here in a second, guys. A lot of good ones coming through, so we'll answer those. But let's talk about this third one that Facebook is doing, which sounds very familiar to another feature I know on YouTube. Offer where people pay $4.99 a month as a subscription is available for fans now on Facebook, and for that they receive access to different perks and behind the scenes stuff, basically the same way as YouTube's sponsor, soon to be membership solution product that they have. Now, I think it's interesting that Facebook doesn't take a cut from this revenue, at least not during the testing phase here. Right. But tell us a little bit about what this is and how this works.
So this will be for groups only right now, as I understand it, and not for pages.
Okay.
Which is an interesting choice. You'd be promoting your group within your page. It will be a minimum of $4.99 a month, and I believe the maximum is $29.99 a month. So you can actually have a variety there in what you charge for access to the group.
In tiers or just one price for the whole group? Like you get $4.99
I don't
plus
think they have details.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I don't think they have. I think it's going to be the same for anyone who wants to join the group.
Gotcha. So one tier, and you get to pick the price, kind of.
Yeah, this is very, very much in alpha from what I understand, and I have not tested this feature yet. I think there's only a handful of groups that have.
Okay.
I've seen it. Here's the thing. I think it actually could be really cool depending on your niche. For example, I have a good friend, Susie Bullock from HeyGrillHey.com, and she does a lot of video work, but she has this amazing course on how to do like barbecue and smoking. And she already, the day she launched it, had a ton of signups. And I hope I'm not just embarrassing her here, but she's just so successful at it. She has this really massive, loyal audience that just loves her stuff. And she had all these subscriptions based on a third-party platform. And imagine what she could have done if it's already built into a platform that people are on constantly. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's a great opportunity for people like that, where people will pay that for her group. I mean, they are just these loyal barbecue enthusiasts. And so I think if you have this like enthusiast group, or just people who really are into your content, or you have really informational and educational content, this is a great way to monetize. Now, if you're just entertainment based, maybe you'd have to be a little more creative about how you're going to monetize a group and make sure that there's value there. But I see this as a great tool for people who are running courses and extra insider stuff like that. I mean, it's basically Patreon, but built into the platform. So it could be really cool. So many adults especially have this life on Facebook where they're constantly on. Especially Facebook has a much older crowd than YouTube, and they have money to spend on things like that. I find that there's a lot of lonely people actually on Facebook who love to have opportunities to connect. And so that's something that you can really not necessarily take advantage of people's loneliness. I don't want to make it sound terrible, but it's offering something that's really needed out there. Right. Like it's a really good opportunity to add value to your community.
Right. You get access to different perks as well, right? So like it's not just access to the group, but you get access to certain levels of posts?
Well, it will be whatever you give in the group.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, it's just
so once you're in, you get everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's just paid access to a group. That's all it really is.
Right. Okay.
Is paid access to a group.
Yeah. So it's similar to what YouTube's doing, but on YouTube, it's like everything on, like, for you guys who are watching this live right now, everything here is free. But for those of you who want to pay the $4.99 a month to become a sponsor, soon to be called member of the channel, like a lot of you guys here in the chat are, like Justina and Drone Racer. Thank you, Drone Racer, for just signing up today. That's awesome. Pamela, We Love Stories. A lot of you guys who are doing that, then you get access to additional things that it's not publicly available on my channel, like the sponsor only posts and the sponsor call-ins and live streams, and I'm sharing my storyboards of videos that are coming up and behind the scene processes and things. So that all goes there. But with this, Facebook is like you fee and you get everything in the group. So it's not like different tiers necessarily. So it's a little different than in that case. Yeah.
Yet. I mean,
okay.
There's still a lot of room for change there, but for now, I as I understand it and from what I've seen, it's just paid access to a group. Cool.
Yeah. So we got a lot of good questions here. Can you summarize how you make money on Facebook? Is it, the ads thing has been going on for a few months for you, but you've been on Facebook for years. So what does it normally look like?
I've monetized Facebook for a long time now, and it accounts for a significant portion of my revenue. Last month it was, I believe, 31% of my revenue. And that was a lot of money. The way that I monetize Facebook, and have for a long time before they had all these monetization features, is I linked out to a place that did have monetization. Now, you used to be able to do that for YouTube, but then Facebook got in the video game. Don't do YouTube links. It's just not worth it. So I link out to my website where it works well for my niche. I have information there that people want. They click through. And then I run high quality ads on my website. Other people monetize through merch. Others will monetize through affiliates. I've seen a lot of people have a lot of success with affiliate marketing on Facebook. And then another way to offer it is simply other products that you might have, email subscriptions, or using your Facebook audience to get you #1 on the Billboard charts, things like that.
I've seen that, yeah.
We've seen happen recently, which is very exciting. That it's this amazing tool with an amazing audience there that you can use to monetize in more creative ways. So it's not just about sponsored deals running in content ads. You can monetize through linking out to other monetized platforms as well, just as long as it's not YouTube. People have had a lot of success.
So it sounds like it's just a normal business model where basically you're growing, or you're attracting attention through your content on Facebook, and then you're sending them to your own platform, which is where you'll monetize them by making a transaction of some sort. Or in the case of affiliates, they're making a transaction with someone else, and you get a referral fee, a small percentage of that. Which is how we've been saying, guys, here at Video Creators, you should be growing a business around your content for years. And thank you for saying that I'm right, Rachel. But
you're totally right. It's very, very, very successful for me.
It's a different mindset, though, I think, than a lot of people who are like, oh, I heard you can make money on YouTube. And so they come to YouTube, and it's all about the AdSense, where it's like, did I get my $2 per 1,000 views, or $1 or $5, depending on, lots of different variables. But as opposed to like having a product that is aligned directly with the value that you're providing on your channel, or in your case, your Facebook page, and then providing 1x that value through your free content, and then 10x that same value through a format people are willing to pay for. And instead of even in a sponsorship deal, this is the second thing a lot of creators go for, like kind of get sponsored. If some sponsor pays you, say, $5,000 to promote your stuff, guys, it's because they think your audience is maybe worth, depends, but maybe $25,000 in sales. So the only way that math works is they're going to give you $5K because your audience is going to give them $25K. So the way Rachel and I approach it is, if our audience is worth $25K, we would rather just make a product that serves them really well, that is exactly what they need, that's designed specifically to help them achieve the goals that they have, which is why they're following us in the first place. And instead of going from brand deal to brand deal to brand deal, it's like we become our own brand. And IMO, that is the best way to do it. So,
well,
cool.
I'll be really open here and give like super details to make people excited.
Okay.
So I just ran the calculation on what I made directly from Facebook between the traffic I got to my website and I actually am not running ads on all of my content on Facebook right now because I make so much money driving them to my website.
Yep.
Directly in June, I made $49,000, about $500 and change from Facebook directly. Mm-hmm. There's also some indirect money that I've made from Facebook as well. So just the direct money from the direct traffic and the in-content ads, $49,500. I'd say that that's worth it.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good for 3 months of content you're going to publish anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's just in June. That's just my June.
Yeah.
And so that's a significant income.
Right.
And it's not, I don't want anyone to think I'm bragging or anything, but I think there's a lot of value in knowing those numbers because it's so motivating to know that that's there and that's possible.
Were those numbers you feel like apply to some, like you have a few million people across a few different pages. You say that would, and I don't want to ask you, how many impressions and stuff that's worth, but to give hopes to someone's like it's worth it, you say that even with substantially smaller numbers than you have, it could still be worth it.
It's always worth building something there. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're not going to like join Facebook and make $50,000 in a month. You're just not. But there is something there that you can build that will be a significant source of income and revenue. I feel like for me personally, my income potential is much higher on Facebook than it is on YouTube, which is why I spend all my time on Facebook and not on YouTube, and why my presence there is always just solid.
Yeah, that's good.
Solid,
yeah.
But it's not huge, and I don't ever intend for it to be huge and massive because I feel like my potential and my time is better spent on Facebook.
Yeah. Cool. Let's jump into some questions here. You guys are asking some good stuff. First, we're going to hit up the sponsor/member questions. Thank you guys for supporting what I do here and making it possible for people like Rachel to hang out with me so that we can talk with you guys about this stuff. So thank you, Mike, Honda Road Media. What's coming for the creator app that we can't already do in the regular Facebook app? Is there anything there you can talk about or no?
There will be a lot of features there. I think
you can leave it at that if you need to. I understand. I know. And this is live, so remember you can't take it back.
The real benefit and why you want to join there is going to be getting on their radar. They even have a program that you can find on the creator website that you can apply for to actually have a contact there and be a part of their like up and coming creators program. I can't give a ton of detail. I don't want to overstep on what those details are, but I can tell you that that's worth joining. If you can get on their radar and get seen by them, then you may get access to all these wonderful things that are going on Facebook right now that you feel like you can't attain. Cool. So that's what I'll say. To me, the stuff that's coming in the creator app is, there's stuff that they announced. All those products and stuff that they announced at their Facebook Creators Day, those will be available through the creator app.
Cool.
So it'll come.
Yeah. I've tried. I think my pages are so small, like less than 10,000. So I don't think I've gotten anyone's attention yet. But I'm on there. Maybe I should invest more in there. It's just like if your audience is YouTube creators, I'll have to figure out how to do that on Facebook. But it's another question for another day.
Well, creators in general, I think, should be expanding. I think people are seeing potential on the horizon to not just be pigeonholed anymore into YouTube. That they're creators. I
see, especially since VidCon, with IGTV. Like before, it didn't quite it was a different format, to kind of go to Instagram and things. But and a lot of people who like search is a big deal, you know, and maybe that's coming on Facebook from what I've heard, but not from you. But so yeah. Anyway, Justina has a question. It's like, I like very much that I have a Facebook group. Very interesting. Do you have to have a minimum number of people in your group to unlock the feature? I think they're talking about the paid feature.
No, you don't. How it will roll out will be unpredictable, like most of their rollouts. The thing that you could focus on for any of these potential programs and what they are looking for, I can tell you it's the same for every single program and product that they're releasing. They're looking for good content. They aren't as concerned with subscriber counts and following counts and all of that as much as they are with good, solid content. Content is king. And it always has been, but it's nice to see that in action, and content is being rewarded on Facebook right now.
What qualifies as good? It's
a broad definition. It's stuff, it doesn't have to do with production value necessarily.
Okay.
This is just content that people actually want to watch and engage with.
Yep.
Whatever that means for the content that you create.
That's basically how YouTube does it too, and they measure it in terms of retention and watch time and things, so similar to Facebook.
We should all be familiar with this. This
Right.
is all familiar stuff, but content is king. It's not about necessarily, only people with 5 million followers are going to get anything. That is not the case at all, and that's not what we're seeing from Facebook at all.
Yeah. Cool. The super happy one, wow, I'm glad they're super happy, asks, when does monetization start on Facebook?
It's already out. How you will be notified, there's a lot of scammers out there right now, so you have to be careful. How you will be notified is you just go to your Facebook page one day and there will be a little notification at the top saying you're eligible for monetization. It's easiest to see if you go to the Publishing Tools tab, and it will have a little notification there. You will not receive an email. Lots of people are receiving emails right now. Those are scams. They're trying to hack your Facebook account. You will not receive a chat message either. Those are bots that are trying to hack your Facebook account. So you will get it as a notification in your little dashboard under Publishing Tools.
Gotcha. That answered like the next 3 questions, so good job. You're psychic or you're looking at the list, one or the other.
Neither. I just get the question wrong.
So 1.5 Pint asks, is there a requirement for monetization?
Yes. You have to be publishing content that is a minimum of 3 minutes on the dot. Not 2 minutes, 59 seconds. It has to be 3 minutes. And it has to be advertiser friendly. Now that is a little bit broader of a definition, but I think we should all be fairly familiar with what that means. Making sure that it's like rated G and PG.
Okay. Like family vlogs. Well, some
family vlogs are great for that.
Boom.
But like
I'm in.
Stuff is not going to get in. Adult content is not going to get in.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So
Red Hendricks asks, is the creator page separate from your everyday Facebook page? Like, is it a group page, or is there anything there to clarify for someone who might not be as familiar with what you're talking about?
The Creator app, it's a way to manage your pages. However, it's hard to describe what it is. It is a program within Facebook, and I mean, they have like a list of the creators who have signed up for it. It's kind of signifying to Facebook saying, hey, I'm here and I'm a creator. And so signing up for an account there just kind of puts you in that group. And they've been doing a lot of things with that group. They've been traveling the United States and having in-person events and inviting creators of all sizes. And that's a way to get on their radar, to get invited to those events and things like that. And so for now it's just an app and it's a way to manage your page, just like the Pages app. But there are slight differences. And it is a different thing that puts you in touch with this whole different group of Facebook that is trying to build a community around creators.
Yeah, I never really thought of Facebook as a community of creators really until a few months ago, so our family has a vlogging channel and been taking it seriously for about 2 years now. We just got our silver play button in the mail today for passing 100,000 subs there.
Woo-hoo!
And so we've just been passively just taking the same videos we publish on YouTube and just like, what the heck, put them on Facebook, why not, right? And I didn't really think anything of it. You just kind of put it there. Well, we were out somewhere here in town, and someone came up to us who I've never seen before. Hey, I watch your videos. Like, oh, it's so cool to see you guys. And I'm like, I just instantly think YouTube, right? And then I'm like, oh yeah, how'd you find us? Like, oh, I'm not sure. Like, I think a friend of mine shared one of your videos, and I saw it, and just I'm like, okay. I'm like, huh. Like, there's not a whole lot of sharing going on with vlogs on YouTube. And then she mentioned Facebook. I was like, oh. She's like, yeah, I watch you on Facebook all the time. I'm like, that's the first time anyone's ever recognized us for Facebook, right? And so it kind of like shifted something for me, and like, oh, like, this is happening. It's not, just on YouTube, but there are people who are watching shows and programming, and scrolling, and not just like passing, it's not just in the feed where people are just looking to be entertained and you happen to be there or not for those audiences. Like, oh, people are like they're turning on notifications for our page and using it that way. So I was like, interesting. So now I've started thinking a little bit more seriously about Facebook personally. Although with 7 little kids in the business and everything, I haven't dove in as much as I think I should.
You can only do so much.
Yeah.
You can only do so much.
Yeah. So Alex Ansary asks or says, and I think you've answered this, but just briefly, just to clarify, said, I'm frustrated. I don't know where to begin. Do I have to visit a page and sign up or just start streaming? And I think you say go to facebook.com/creators is where you start, right?
Yeah, /creators. And that's just how you get access to the creator features, which aren't really there yet, but they're coming. But as far as like getting started on Facebook, if the question is a little bit generic that way, I mean, you still have to create your own page on Facebook to get started there. So
yeah. And then thank you for the super chat, Fathering Autism. Just to kind of go, I think, a little bit more what I was saying. They're asking something similar. Is it worthwhile posting the same content to Facebook as YouTube, such as like daily vlogs, or should it be more unique content, or should it be restructured? I know for a while people were saying you should make it a square and have mean text at the top and make sure it has captions, of course, and things like that. But is it worthwhile just reposting?
Yeah, there's a lot of people having success there. The key to understanding the differences are going to be understanding the different audiences. YouTube has a much younger audience than Facebook. The Facebook audience is older, which I find a lot of value in because my content tends to be targeted at an older audience. And so that's why I find more value in Facebook. And so if you have content that is targeted for kids, you may not see a lot of success there. And so you may have to alter it in some way. Some of your content will go straight over and translate. You just may have to remove some of those old giveaways or the calls to action.
Or asking people to subscribe.
I still leave that in.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I still leave in the subscribe because they get what that means. That's click the follow button. I've started adding in subscribe, like, and follow.
So I've been doing a generic one for almost about maybe not quite a year. My family's channel, instead of telling to subscribe, I just say follow along our family's journey, because people on YouTube know that means subscribe. People on Facebook know that means like, and Amazon, as they move into the space, will be another. I'm future-proofing it. Actually, not even future-proofing it. I'm going through their process, and they don't accept any content that says subscribe.
I know. I just had to re-edit.
Oh, you had that issue too, huh? So,
yes, I had to re-edit so much stuff.
Oh, I didn't bother to re-edit. I'm like, screw it. This point forward, I'm just gonna say follow along so that it's just generic. And
no calls to action on Amazon.
Yeah, nothing that can't be done inside Amazon.
Their platform.
Yeah, right. So I'm not even sure you could get someone to leave Amazon to go to your website unless they typed in it was somehow integrated your content.
You can't put
There's
any
no
links.
clicking links or anything below, nothing like that. You just got to go straight to your website on a different device. Yep. Yeah. So, which would be impossible to track then at that point because it's all direct.
Oh,
links.
yeah.
But anyway, so PM Bjorn, let's wrap it up here with this. Is a problem on Facebook is the content is short-lived, while the YouTube videos, the content keeps getting views almost forever. Is that still true on Facebook or not really?
So if your content died out, that's because you're using Facebook wrong. My content lives forever. In fact, I have a video that I wish would die. I wish it would die.
We all have those.
I wish it would go away because it causes so many emails to me. And it's overwhelming.
You can unpublish it, you know.
I can't at this point, actually.
Oh, really?
It's been uploaded by so many different pages that it's a mess that I can't ever take away.
Sure.
It's a good thing. It's just I
gotcha.
Sometimes I really wish it would go away. But even just my regular staple content, I mean, I'm still recycling it over and over, whether that's through resharing. I actually have a reshare schedule and I reshare content every 30 days. And I'll change what's in that rotation every 3 months or so. But I mean, I'm resharing content every 30 days. I'm resharing content that's 2 years old. I'm cross-posting it again. I've even started re-uploading content that's a couple years old. And it's all seeing great success to this day. That content will never, ever die. And if it starts showing signs of dying, then I use my little tricks to revive it. So
Cool.
It never dies. And Facebook is starting to work on their search features.
I've heard of that. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was a thing that was being talked about yet or not, but yeah.
They're working on their search features, especially within the watch platform, which is actually, so they were talking to me about that when I set up my watch page. And so when I started my first watch page, what did I name it? Recipes. Because, apparently the whole Facebook Watch team was talking about it after I named my page that. They were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she did that. That's amazing. That was so smart. Like, wow, she actually listened to what we said.
Yeah.
We said it was going to be search based, so I took the search term.
It'll be interesting to see how that plays out long term in terms of keyword matching, which is what YouTube moved away from for obvious reasons, and more towards viewer signals, which arguably have worked much better. But it'll be interesting. We'll have to see what happens. But my perception is YouTube gets when YouTube tries to attempt social like Facebook, it just flops, right? But they're really good at search. And when Facebook, from what I've seen so far, they're really good at social, but when they try to do search like Google, it's right? So, but yeah, we'll see how it works out.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
But if they're going to say that they're going to do it, I'm going to name my channel.
Sure.
The number one. Number one keyword. For sure.
So if people wanted to learn more about what you're doing on Facebook and follow you and just kind of learn by watching what you're doing on Facebook, where should they go?
The Stay at Home Chef is my hub on Facebook. So just the Stay at Home Chef. I do run some different groups and stuff. I don't know. Well, I don't want to commit to helping you guys all out, but I mean, I run Social Gold Studios. I haven't been posting a lot there in a while because I've kind of kept things under wraps with Watch. And my participation in that beta program. And so, but I do share stuff there. And then I run a private group, but you're going to have to actually meet me in person to be able to have access to that. So find me at CVX Live or the Vid Summit and we'll talk.
That sounds good. And just one more question from Justina, who is a sponsor, because I think this is just worth pointing out. She said, but your Facebook videos aren't searchable still, are they? And I think it's probably worth pointing out that you should be adding good metadata to your videos now when you upload them and following all those best practices, because even if people can't search and find exactly what they're looking for now, you should be proactively adding that good metadata for the future.
Yeah, there is a search feature on Facebook right now, and it does work. I mean, it doesn't work well, but it works. And I mean, if you're searching recipes, you're going to find me.
Right.
So, I mean, it's working. You should fill that stuff out for sure.
Well, I'll put links in the show notes for you guys to go check out everything that she's doing. And if you want to follow, Stay at Home Chef and all the other stuff, I'll put all that down there. You can also find links to more information about the stories that we talked about here today, about the brand Collabs Manager, and the ad breaks and the subscriptions. I'm not sure what's it called. What's the $4.99 thing called? Subscriptions?
I don't even know that they have a group
name?
Subscriptions. I don't think they have a name.
Okay, that thing is down there, and you guys can check out that if you want more information. And if you're not already following along / subscribe, I guess it's subscribed on podcasts. That's the same word both places, so that will work here in this case. But we do live stream at 1 p.m. Typically 1 p.m. every Monday morning, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Monday afternoon, where we talk about the latest changes and announcements and updates happening in the online media, online video platforms, and everything, and what it means for us as creators. So you can join us youtube.com/video creators at 1 p.m. Eastern every Monday, or the podcast on Tuesdays every week. So thank you guys for hanging out. Follow along / subscribe, and we will see you guys again soon. Bye.